Hello everyone and welcome to my thoughts on the latest patch that's inbound from Treyarch. Now, as many of you know, theatre mode hasn't been working properly, so this is one of the main things I've been trying to fix. There's been a 15th prestige glitch which people have been doing, and for this reason they've shut down the actual watching of clips in theatre mode. This has been quite bad for people without PVRs and things because they haven't been able to record the gameplays. Another thing that Treyarch have said that they're going to be doing is actually stopping the games from being cut up in parts. For example, if you're playing a game on Domination, often you'll find that the game has only recorded maybe a third or half of the actual game. This is really frustrating, especially again for people who don't have the cards. I'm really happy to see that they're actually trying to do something about this, as I did lose a 17-2 game for theatre mode not actually working properly. And here's something that's been fixed that you probably didn't actually know about. When using Ghost and Suppressor, if the other team had a UAV up in the air, you would appear on the radar if you were moving and firing your weapon at the same time. Now they've fixed this apparently, so you won't show up on radar if using Suppressor and Ghost, which I didn't really even notice myself, so if this was happening it didn't appear to affect me, but if this was present in the game then that's going to be great because it's just going to make things, well, say easier. It's going to make things a lot more smooth. Especially since Ghost and Suppressor is pretty much warranted in this game by the fact that UAVs are constantly spammed in. I think it may really increase the potency of them even more now it's been patched. As for UAVs themselves, the score requirement for UAVs has been changed from 350 score to 425 score. I can't believe Treyarch have actually done this. It's what I've wanted from the start of the game, but it's been done. Finally, we might see less UAVs coming in just one after the other, especially when it's on all the default classes. Towards the start of the game it was a significant issue because people didn't have Ghost, so everyone was on the map the entire time of the game basically, and it just got a little bit ridiculous. So the fact that they've actually increased it from, 4 kills to 5 kills now, I think that's a brilliant thing that they've done. And not only that, they've actually nerfed the Lightning Strike as well. The Lightning Strike now has a 750 millisecond delay, which is about a second before coming in. So it'll be similar to, let's say, a mortar team from the original Black Ops or World at War. The Lightning Strike is something we got for maybe 5 kills on ground war in this game before the patch, but now hopefully we'll see a lot less people using it. Really frustrating, especially if you're on a high kill streak running around the map and suddenly this thing comes in. Absolutely unavoidable. That's not what it should be. It should be used for suppressing objectives, you know, letting your team get in on the flag or capturing the flag, things like that. But what it was just a kill whoring device basically, and I'm glad they've done something about it. Here's another thing you may not have noticed, but when using the Black Cat and hacking someone's care package, you could actually hack the care package faster than the person owning the care package would capture it. This is obviously wrong, so they've changed this around, but I could see how they were quite funny before the patch came out. A few more things, these are regarding spawns. In Capture the Flag, no longer will it be like playing Black Ops 1 Demolition where you could just sit in places and keep them in the spawn. They've actually changed the spawns on Capture the Flag. There's a few new requirements for where you're going to spawn, so that game mode is going to be not more difficult, but it's going to be easier for the team who's maybe being dominated in that game. And another one, I've seen these used in Capture the Flag quite a lot, are sentry guns, because if you place them in certain ways then people will still spawn near them, and it kills people basically a few seconds after spawning. So what they've done, they've actually increased the sight lines in the game, not the actual range of the sentry gun, but the sight lines of it, so that the spawns will be different for people around the sentry guns. And this is probably the most major part of the patch, apart from obviously the theatre mode, and this is the fact that SMGs are getting nerfed. I wouldn't say significantly, but they are getting nerfed quite a lot. What's happening is the hipfire is being reduced in accuracy, so that means the spread is larger. The recoil from hipfire is being increased also, and the actual recoil on the MSMC and the PDW is being increased, so that they're not as accurate when firing. Thank you, Treyarch. I mean, I've been using SMGs, basically, it took me a few games to realise how good they were, but I've been using them consistently, and they are overpowered. There's no controversy in that statement. The hipfire was way too strong, coming up against players, no matter their skill level, it doesn't matter what they were, if somebody ran at you hip firing, you've got no chance of recovering. especially if someone's using dexterity. You've just got no chance. There wasn't much skill in gunfights. It became very difficult, and it basically, you need to be able to flank. But with this patch, hopefully the SMGs won't be as potent as before, and hip firing especially will have been nerfed to such a level that I will be able to now aim down sights. Maybe, obviously you don't want to be killing them with an assault rifle every single time, but if you've got better reactions than a player, then you should have more of a chance, which hopefully will happen now. It's difficult to say if the patch will be enough on the SMGs, but I would have liked to have seen general recoil increased on all the SMGs, as they have a really high fire rate, and things like the MP7 and the MSMC has a fair bit of recoil, not really, but the actual recoil on the guns is just not enough. They're 6-shot kill at long range, but you're never going to be firing at someone at that range anyway, really. But apart from that, I think this is really bold move by Treyarch, and hopefully will increase the use of assault rifles and the other guns. The other thing that's been changed on the SMGs is a bullet penetration, which again, getting killed by SMGs whilst behind cover is not something you expect. You expect an assault rifle or LMG to do that to you, so hopefully it will make gunfights a lot more fair when using an assault rifle or something when you're behind cover. Changes to the other guns include the Remington, which has had its range reduced by a significant amount. I'm really happy to see this again. Shotguns aren't something that a lot of people use to get big games or high KDs or anything, but it can be very frustrating to players, especially when getting killed from a long range, because you just don't expect this from a shotgun. I found it very frustrating, and I've seen a lot of people complaining. The Remington can be very fun to use, but very frustrating to be killed by, so hopefully it will make the one-on-one encounters a lot more fair. One other thing I may have looked at was reducing the range of the Saiga. Even though it doesn't have a lot of damage, because it's a semi-automatic shotgun, it can be very, very lethal around lots of people. Sniper rifles have had some small changes. The hip fire has been reduced, and the hip fire has also been nerfed when using the laser sight. I don't know if this will be good enough to make the snipers less powerful, but because in my personal experience I don't think I've ever been hip fired by a sniper. It's always been a quick scope. I don't know if this is going to affect quick scoping or not. Hopefully it will, because personally I'm not a very large fan of sniper rifles, but we'll have to see how that pans out again. There have been relatively few assault rifle nerfs, but the major one will probably to the XM8, or on the game it's called the M8A1. Now, this gun was very, very powerful. You could get a one burst kill at a very, very large range, and what they've done is basically cut that range by a factor of 5. So now someone who is a fifth of the distance you'll be able to kill in a one burst, but apart from that it's going to be a 2 burst to kill them. Having used this gun in this gameplay, in fact, I agree completely with this change, because it was way too powerful at a long range, and that's not what a burst weapon should do. It should be accurate, but not as high damaging as it was. The select fire attachment on a few guns has been nerfed in that the recoil has been increased. I've seen a lot of people running around with foul using select fire, which it was very easy to control. And as it was only a 2-shot kill, it could, if you were able to use it efficiently, then it was a very, very potent gun, and I think it's fair enough increasing the recoil. The reason why the SMR hasn't been changed is probably because of the much lower fire rate that the SMR possesses. Another thing that's been nerfed is the Bouncing Betty. The delay has been increased by about 200 milliseconds, I believe, so hopefully you will be able to run past them a lot easier now, especially when using lightweight, and this is a much needed change. Also, concussion grenades, they're not as powerful anymore, but using Tap Mask doesn't make much of a difference anyway. Thanks for watching my video. Leave any suggestions for future patches in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.